Hi, also welcome to another day on the JMeter training. And very today we are discussing product booking scenario, right? End-to-end script announcement with best practices for product. We are going down sequentially with this all topic. So we have reached till here, uh, and we are adding some assertions, right? So most of the point was covered about assertion in the last session. So today we will immediately finish other uh, like adding of the assertion in all other left transactions and requests. So then let's really I open the Mm. Request. Each request, not transaction. Yes. No, no. Listeners, it will affect. Assertion also it will affect, but if we add more, that's why I have capped it to maximum two or three, right? Mm. No. That is important. Anyhow, for every request you have, otherwise how will you? And but we should not add that much restriction. That's why maximum four value is fine. Minimum one, two, next three. In worst case, four is good. Yeah. Now, so I've opened the script and I'll open the recording log actually. So till login we have finished yesterday. Now after login, so select a page. So right click and it puts in response. Now select a pet. Okay. So when you select a pet, any pet, so yeah, that's what. Suppose you select, we are selecting, or user is selecting any pet with not any. So what things we can verify here? Okay. So one thing is like sign out button is there that we can verify because that will tell that whether you have the, your session is still in logged in state or not, right? So that is there that, and this is going to be common in all next request for all the transactions that we will be doing. So this is there one because it will tell that okay, you are still logged in. Another thing what we can verify here. So see whatever the selection we are doing, that selection is going as a and same thing is coming in response. Means that tells that what you have selected, server is sending you back the detail of that, right? So we can verify that. But how to verify? Okay. So first I'll put the sign out stuff to sign out. So sign out code we will take from the previous one because it will be same for all the pages. Even you can match also. Let us say 45 and here we have 45. It's there. So it will be there in all corresponding requests till here. This will be common. So that I'll put. So one is there. Now So that is there and that is common for every user, and it will tell that okay, user has logged. That will always confirm. The next important one is the pet. So whatever pet we are selecting or we will be sending, right? Suppose here the bird, so it will be displayed here. So we can verify that what you selected that should be there in the response, right? So how we will do that? Because the variable here, if you see, is uh, we are passing the value in a variable. Right? So any value can be passed here, any value randomly, and that is what which is uh, going over. Correct. Next time if I run, it will be something else. This time it's cat, and that will be there in the response. So how we will verify that what the user is sending here, and that is what we will getting in the heading of the response, right? That is there in the heading of the. So how we will verify? Because this is not static, means it's not fixed thing, right? It's changing in nature. So what value we will give there, right? We cannot give anything here. We should only give what user is sending, correct? So in that case, we can copy this variable only in parameterized and put it here. So just let us see what is the code. Let us say for cat or bird. Yeah, it's heading, right? You see, H2 tag bird as a heading. Yeah, this was for cat, right? So suppose I'll choose this code and put it here. So now this value is changing in nature, correct? Because here mm, that is where the thing will change. Someone will pass fish, someone will pass a bird, someone, right? And depending on that, whatever is passing, that will be coming as a heading, and it's changing in nature. So how we will do that? So this is the code, right? Now instead of this cat, it's a fixed thing. We can put this variable as it is, parameterize. Uh, just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Sorry for hold. Yeah. So now you see, so here whatever the pet will be passed, right? That suppose cats is getting passed, so that is coming, right? Or here birds is getting passed, so that is coming. Uh, birds here, birds here, bird, right? H2 tag, or so this also. Uh, yeah, see, right? So uh, yeah. So that is the thing, right? So that is the next important one, because ICU. One is this one that will be common for all the requests. So we will let it be as it. Now next one is this one, because what the user is sending, he should get that in the right. So that is coming. So it is important as per the business functionality. It is common. Right? It is not common, but we are making it as a common, because some user will get fish, some will get cat, someone will get bird. So that's why we have not given a fixed value. Right? We have given the variable in parameterized form. So whatever that variable is passing here, let us say in variable the value is bird, right? Bird. So that will come here. Automatically it will be substituted and it will be verified. So this is the trick. See the trick. Some tricks are there. It's not everything is not that much simple, right? You have to just understand few things. Okay. So um, now, yes, right. So I see you. Yeah, I see you. So important as for the business functionality, common. It's not common because it's not a fixed value, but we have made it a common by putting the variable. So it will be user dependent and it will be unique. So every user what he chooses, he will get that in. Okay. So this is one value, but here one problem will be there. Okay. What will be problem? Remember, response assertions are always case sensitive. Case sensitive. Now what will happen? See, the value which are passing is in all capital letters. Can you see here birds or cats or here fish? This is all in capital. Now, but here it is in a small letter. You see, or here also a small letter or small letter, right? That will become because the value which will pass here is will be in all capital letters. Suppose CATS, right? And same way it will be verified. It will put here cats and it will try to verify that whether this whole thing H2 and then cats and H2 in capital letter is there in response from. It will not be there and it will mark it as a fail. Okay. See, it marked it as a fail and you can read that. H2 text expected to contain, right? Text expected to contain in the response is fish. Fish in capital. But actually, it passed fish, right? That is, but actually here, no, this is in case sensitive. So that is becoming problem. Now, this is where we have to write code. Understand? Coding. Okay. So the coding we will understand in coding section, which will be a separate session. Right? Uh, here, like, it's much away, but not much far. I think day 43 or 44. I believe, yeah, at the end of we will start. Correct. So in that I will cover that. But for now, understand that. So this is becoming a problem, right? And this is where sometimes we have to write code, because how we will resolve this, right? In functions, there are some functions are there which helps in doing the change, like they changes the case. but it doesn't work properly. Suppose here if I write cat, default is uppercase, so it will generate it to cats, or if you write lower, yeah, so all will be in lower, right? Lower or capitalize. That capitalized thing is not working. So upper we can completely convert to upper, lower we can completely convert to lower. But when capitalized, what is the meaning of capitalized? First letter is capital, rest are small. Right? That is running letters, correct? So that is this function doesn't work properly. Otherwise, we could have used this function, right? We could have put that this variable here. How it will work, I'll tell you. This whole thing, this variable, we can put it here. And suppose you want, for an example, all in lower. Let me check. Instead of this, I'll put that function, this function. Okay, now, top. Yeah, you see, it has made it all small, right? All small. So we can make all small, all capital, right? So that function is there, right? Like this. So whatever the variable is there, that is getting converted in lower form, and then this is how it is getting verified. H2, H2, and in between, suppose dog was there, right? So all dog is getting converted like dogs in a small, and that's you see. So lower and upper function is working actually of this change case. Okay, but capitalize is not working. I don't know why. Some bugs are there in JMeter still. So now straightforward we cannot do that, and here capitalize is necessary because the value will be passed in all capital, but here the verification will be in capitalized. First letter will only be in capital, right? Then how to do? So there we have to write a code. Okay, function will also not help, so we have to write the code. Okay, so again, how to write a code? There we will be having a separate session. For now, you can search Chat GPT and ask a simple code, Groovy or Java code, whatever. Uh, Groovy code, capitalize, capitalize, Java code, anything. Now, important here is that you will get the code, but how to use that? Right? That is the okay. So you see, it's very simple. Okay, uh, only 2 lines of code is there is required. Now, how it will work, I'll cover that. I'll covering them in future. This is a Groovy same. You can use a Java code, anything. Right? Okay. Right. So here we just move these 2 lines of code is fine. It's not interesting. And Java code. So Java code is also there. It's not giving for capitalize. We have to rephrase this, right? This query. Fine. We'll understand that. So that is one use case, okay, which will where we have to write a code. So you got the idea, right? One example where we so like that there will be some many such use cases that happens where we write the so for now I'm just adding that. So this all will be learning in the initial section. The Java coding thing. So it's very simple. You have to get that variable, and this is the one line of code that will capitalize, and then we will put that. So what is this get put? How this works? I'll be covering that. So let it be for now, but how it will this code work? I'll just show you. So is this working or not? That also we'll see. Right? So see, this time it's not telling, and it is getting verified. So what happened? Bird, right? So it is getting converted as capitalized, and it is getting verified. So it didn't fail, and we are not getting any failure. Okay. So this way, what selection is happening? Correct. That is getting verified. This here it is some other suppose this. So it is all capital, right? But now that is getting capitalized using this code, and then we are putting that back in this variable. We are verifying. Fine. Now one more value we can give here is uh, that is two is enough, but one if you want this product ID column name, we cannot give the values because see this value we cannot give because this value will be changing in nature, right? Someone selecting fish will have all this. Someone selecting dog will have different IDs product. So this all we cannot. We have verified this. That is enough. And this column, one more thing we can verify. So product ID. Here, TH. So three value is there. Now same way very quickly we'll go ahead. So now clicking on product ID. Okay. So when we click on product ID, then what you'll verify. So see, whatever the product, one is sign out is there. That is all always. So that is one value. One value. Another is whatever product ID you are selecting. Again, that you are getting back in responses also. Okay. So we can verify that. But again, now how we will verify this? So this thing is passing in. If you see here variable, right? So we'll put that variable. Okay. Uh, So two thing is done, and one more thing what we can do is this item ID column is getting introduced. That so first is sign out, then item ID column, and then product ID. This value product ID. Sign out. Yeah. then that product ID. Or we can use this original recording of 47. Item ID. And last one is the uh, product ID. Okay. So suppose if I have W0, it will be there like in TD form, like TD and FIF W0. So we will take this. Put it here. Now in place of this FIF W02, we'll put this. Here nothing is required because there is no conversion or anything happening, right? Whatever value is passing, it is there in the same way, right? If you see FIFW02. So it is as it is there, right? So nothing, no special. But here different product ID will be passing, right? And so uh, we will put a variable here. Now item ID. So same for item ID also. When you click on any of the item ID, sign out is there. Sign out is there. Then that is there. Then whatever item ID, so that is there. Sign out one value. Then whatever item ID you are selecting, that is this. The second value. Okay. In heading it is there, and then add to cart, third value. Because next transaction we are going to do is click on add to cart. So sequence 1, 2, and 3, and these all follow ICU rule. They are important, all important as per the previous ones. So first sign out. Then that value item ID. So instead of this hard coded value, right? Put this. Here some gap is there. Okay? One space is there. So make sure that it should be there. You do not uh, delete accidentally or anything, because here if you see that a space is there. And suppose if you delete, it will not catch, because this all is case sensitive. Remember, how we were giving, it should be as exact as that. Okay. So item ID, and then last one is add to cart. So link for add to cart. Add. It's here. This is the link. Last button, add to cart. This whole thing, href and whole thing is that, but will not give all. Why? Because here one dynamic value is there. This value it will change for different user. It will be different. So this all big we will not give, not required also. This method. Now next is add to cart. When we do add to cart, then what happens? So when we click on add to fine. So when we click on add to cart, then this is there. This is always there. One value. Then the product that we have added, right? That it will be again there. That is second value. And this link, because next we will be clicking on third one. So first is sign out code, then that product which is 21 here. So if you do not want to get confused, like, uh, the left thing and the right hand thing here, name here. This way we can give. But if you are just not, if you do not want to be more confused in that, just put that very simple. Like here also you can delete. So this all not needed. Simply variable also. Well, because that value needs to be there, right? That value needs to be there. And then code 4, proceed to check. Class button. So like that, we have done that. Next is proceed to check. So again, proceed to check out. First will be sign out. It will be there already. Even I'll show you. So when we do proceed to check out, the sign out thing is already there. Then next thing is after filling all, we have to we are doing continue. So next important value. So this is first. This is second. And if you wish, you can take something from middle, either this or the this. You should all, because these all will be blank, right? So this we will not take. What is there? So either payment detail or this. So one, two, and this continue. Giving unnecessary more is not suggested. Two is very good number. 2 to 3 is very good. 58, 57, 7. And next is that confirm continue. Link to continue. This is the code. You are confused with the code. Always remember, you can always highlight and click on this and verify. So input name, new order, type some value content. It's there. Name. So done. Third is done. Then enter details. Now enter details and continue again. The sign out is there. One. Next, we will be clicking on confirm as per the business functionality. So this is two. ICU rule. Important as per the business functionality, common for all the users and unique on this page, right? And this is also now one more value which is here. Right? This also so this is one, this is second, and this is third. But out of this, if you see, this is more important. Then this is important. Then this is. So that is sign out. And next is one reach, right? Reach. So this is the please confirm the information here. And then so this is please confirm the information and then confirm button. So it will be like this. Okay. No need to take all this big something only from the last. Now confirm. So when we do the confirm, then what? So again here sign out thing, that is one value. Next value, which is very important, is this, because this will tell us that order has been booked. So second important value, I see you, right? So this will be important. Business functionality, right? It will verify the business functionality that thank you, your order has been submitted. So business functionality. Then what order we booked, that should also be there. Whatever we selected, that should be there. So third value. Okay. Right. So these three are there, and one more, if you wish, you can give. That is fourth one, because it's the code for my account. Because next transaction we are going to click on my. But out of this, what is more important is this message, and the product that you have selected in add to cart should be displayed here. So these two are important. Additionally, the sign out thing and this thing we are right. So let us put them. So again, sign out. Then next is my account. Six. My account. So again, this is also href my account. So if this is a small, so we can keep whole. It's a small, so we can keep whole. That these two are done. Next important one is that pay, right? The item ID. So what item ID we book, it should be there. See. Oh, okay. Wait. Before that, that message, because this is in last, we will put that in last. This is first, second, and then thank you. This message. You can see it. And this is there. And the last one is that item ID, right? So item ID is stored in the variable. We'll take that variable. So this way, it will verify that what item selected or what it got to add to cart, and whether the same got booked or not in confirm. Right. Now, so see, making a very good scripting is depends on you only, right? Many people do not follow these all rules. Okay. Uh, Many people do not follow what is I am teaching us. So it all depends how good you prepare, because at the end of the day, we are responsible. Whoever will be working, he is the person who is responsible for the good scripting, right? Because if you do it good, you will find the problems more good way. Correct. So I have seen people who are making is in. I've seen that in live project in real time. They are preparing the script, but they do not know how to add a session. What is a session? That also do not. And they are working in the project. So that is there. Okay. This industry is very big. Companies are also so much out there. Some people do not know whom to hire. So that was this scenario was there in my company. So then I left that organization. That fellow was hired as my senior, and he was preparing the script, and he do not know how to add the assertion. I got frustrated. But how he has been taken. Then I resigned and I searched the job somewhere else. So like that, I've seen this. So it all depends. Okay. Mm. 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 Uh, so this thing, as I said yesterday, we should go with this default one month, which is substance. This all content matches and equal. They create bugs or problem many time I have seen. Okay. So it takes in very different. It takes in very different way. Like suppose if you give equals means whole thing whatever you is giving here that should be equal to whole response. So you have to give whole response. Okay. Then matches. So I do not know how it works, but almost like uh, whole response will be matched like the whole response, and it will be like this. And then contains uh, it's somewhat of substring, but again that also do not work fine. Substring means what? In programming, substring will be treated as like this will be whole string, whole this whole thing is now some part of that, right? Some part of that. So that's why we are giving some part only. We are not giving so substring. But when we give equal, so whatever you are giving here, that should be equal to everything, right? Of response. Same goes for matches and contains also little bit of substring kind of thing, but it doesn't work so properly. Many time it fails unnecessarily. Okay, so better to go with now we will go to my accounts. So my account again, there is nothing much to verify, but one is sign out if we can do. Another is we will be clicking on my orders because we are going on my order. So this is one. This is another one. And anything, anyone, if you want, you can pick whether this or this. Anyone, if you want. Otherwise, okay. So this three. So sign out I have given. Then next is, so reading through this, and then next is like link for this. It's rep. So you can take whole. Now, so next we will be going to my orders. My order. Now, when we are my order page, so again sign out is there. Next one we can give. heading either this or this. Anyone we can pick second value. And most important thing, the order ID. Whatever the order ID was booked there, that should be here. Okay. That is why we are coming here. Why we are coming here to check that the booked order is reflecting here or not. Right? So see, we have to think sometimes as a functional tester also. Okay, so that is what functionality. Right? So response assertion not only verify the responses, but they also help in validating the business functionality as well. So main thing you have to understand that why we are coming here. We are coming here to check that whether the order that is booked in confirm is present here or not, right? That is the purpose of checking also. So the main thing, the order ID. So three value is there, and we'll be clicking on that order ID also. That is the next transaction. So that order ID should. So one is sign out I have given. Next, 82. That's my order. Here heading is there. Either you can take this heading or this order ID heading. I just said either this one or this anyone. So anyone you can pick. Second one. Now third value is important. The order ID. Here if you see so many orders will be there by running. So many orders. But the order that we are booking, which is here, confirmed, we are booking 91216. That should be there, right? That should be there. That is the purpose of coming here. And next transaction here, we will be clicking in this line. So how we will verify it? So we will be verifying that by extracting this order ID. And we are already doing that. We are already extracting that order ID. Simply we'll copy this variable and put it here. Parameter dollar $floor basis variable. So that way we'll verify on that page whether that particular order ID is there. So that is the whole purpose of adding research, to validate the response, to validate the functionality also. If we give assertion in good way, we can find out some functional bug as well. Okay, functional bugs also, functional problem also we can identify. Now next transaction is clicking on that order. Now when we are clicking on that order, so again sign out is there, that is common. Then that order ID will be there. You can pick, say that, and uh, the pit. The pit. Three. So I've given sign out, then that order ID, and the pit. Final pit, which is item ID. Why I've given this thing? Because we have to understand that what is the purpose of taking that order, so that we can retrieve all the details again, right? So in that we cannot verify all the details, so we can verify again the order ID, right? Or what page was booked, etc. So that's now last thing is sign out. Now sign out has two requests. First request is this one, and that is 302. So you know already 302 will not have no response. no response body actually for the code. So we can verify something from header, or we can verify status code, and response will be there in 200. Now, what you will verify? So when we do the sign out, you see sign in button is getting enabled again. So it tells that we have signed in, uh, like we have signed out properly, right? So that become visible. And again, because this application is coming back to this page, so again this logo also we can verify. So two things are there: sign in button and this. So sign out first request is 303. We not we have to select here. Second request. In that we will verify the sign in button and the logo. So that I'll take from enter sign. Or the same assertion I copied. It's same thing. Why I've copied from enter restore? Because if you remember, this is same page of enter restore. Enter restore. You click on enter restore. So right. So this it's same. So code will be same. If you are not sure, then in that case you can cross verify. But I know that, right? So you can verify the sign in code and sign in code. And see here, sign on form sign in, right? So that is what we have sign on form sign in. And S plus image name is S plus dot GF. It's so in this way we added assertion. Now after adding assertion, there is one point that run and test for assertion validation with the minimum two different users and fix any failing assertion. So minimum run it for two users minimum, two different test data file. We have two different users, so we will run it. That way, what will happen? We will be sure that all assertions are working fine now. If any assertion is failing, we'll try to fix it. If you see all is going in green, it means that everything works. None failed. Right? None. No one failed. So, so if it work for two users, so it will work for 100 users. Means not two, but to cross verify minimum 2, 3, until 5 user we should do. Then uh, we can be sure that it will work for 100,000. So we ran it and all is good. Next. So this way we finish the search. Now next thing is about error handling. So we have to apply error handling smartly in the. I have written a word called smart. An element that will be used for that is result status action handler. Okay. So first we will understand what is error. So error handling, understanding okay. So error handling, what will happen if any error happens in the request? Means while running the test, if any error is happening, error means failure is called error. So if any error is happening, then what you want to do? Okay, that is called error. Now by default in JMeter, when you click on thread group is main thing. Everything is inside thread group only. So by default here, error handling is selected as continue. So here, so if you see in JMeter, I have I'm repeatedly saying that whenever you see a word called thread, so instead of thread, read it as a user. Okay, because thread user is called thread in JMeter, and so you will understand more better. And when you see a word called sampler, so read that as a request. Okay, because request is called a sampler in JMeter. So we will understand. So these two confusion you can avoid. So request is called sampler in JMeter in the very beginning also, and user is called thread, and scenario will be thread group, right? So if you see here what it is written here, action to be taken after a sampler error. Sampler means request. So if you try to read it now, action to be taken after a request error, right? So if any problem is while running the script, if any request, so many requests are there, total 17 requests are there. So if any request is failing, right? So error means failing, that failing. So what you want to do? So by default, it's continue. Continue means test will not stop. It will go ahead and it will go ahead till end or till whatever setting we have. But there are many other setting also, like start next user thread means user, right? User. So continue or start next user loop or stop the user or stop the test. This both setting are almost same thing. Stop test now same. Okay. So these all are there, right? So by default is continue, and we should let it be. Continue should be there. But sometime in some of the requests, we have to apply this error handling by understanding the and by understanding some scenario or some situations. Okay. So by default or in general, there are two such cases where error handling should always be applied. Always, always be applied. Now, what is those two use cases? Okay. First use case is from where you are extracting the value. So remember. So let us say, understand here that this is enter store. Okay. Now from enter store, when the it will get fired, when response will come, then this JSON ID will be extracted and that value will be passed here, right? That value will be passed here, that JSON value passed here. And then this request will be fired and then only it will be accepted by the server, correct? Server. Now, when this will be successful, so this request will be accepted by server, then he will send the response. Now, and then from this, this source page ID and FP ID will be extracted and it will be passed with login with username password here. And then this request will go to the server and then this will be accepted by the server, right? And then only proper login will happen. So what we see here, we see that there is a dependency. Okay, means this request is dependent on this request. Only if this request goes fires and when proper response comes, then only you can extract the JSON ID and then only you can fire this properly. Same way, this request is properly dependent on this. Only if this gets fired properly and when response comes properly, then only you can extract this and pass the both value here and this will be then only this request will be successful, right? Same way, suppose when login will properly happen, then only you can extract the pate and you can pass it here, right? When this request is successful, then only you can extract the product ID subpate and you can pass it here. So you see dependencies there, right? So wherever, remember, we are first use case of error handling is wherever you are doing correlation, there we have to apply error handling. Now, what is meaning of error handling that we have to understand? See, meaning of error handling that I have told you that what you want to do when there is a request error. Okay. Request error. So by default, so much option is there, right? So you can say that we can control from here only, but here let it be. We should not change anything. Only in few cases we will apply error handling. So there is a separate element for that purpose, and that element is called result status section handle error, and it is a post processor. Okay. Regular expression thing, post processor. So this is also post. So now where we will apply it and how we will apply it, right? So that is what I'm saying. That see only 16 if it is getting successful, then only uh, sign in will be successful. Right? Then if this is successful, then only this will be successful because dependency. Now suppose this is failing. So problem with JMeter is that what I said that by default its behavior is continuous. Means if there is a problem in this or this, test will go ahead and it will execute okay other all other transactions. That is the default behavior. Like let us say sometimes it happens. These elements are fragile. Like accidentally it came down, so it happens. I again moved it up. Okay, so let us say I'll create a failure. Suppose by mistake from my side I'm doing a failure. Right? So if I'm doing failure here, you'll see both 16 and this 34 will fail. Even though test will go ahead and continue, it's going ahead. Now understand simply by applying normal logic, normal thinking only. That let us say if this is failing or this is failing. Suppose 34 only failed. The response only didn't came. See, this is the response. Now, if this is coming, then uh, whether you will be able to extract these two values, you will not be able to extract, right? It will fail. You can see here the value will be not found. See, and login will also fail. We will not be able to do login. And if we are not able to do login, then whole thing will fail. What is the use of running all this, right? And at the end of the day, we will not be able to book the product. That is simple. That is what. So here error handling means why to run all this unnecessary. Only the main thing is failing, then let us stop there. Right? Why we will be uh, running this unnecessarily and with no use or with no output, no proper output, because nothing is going to happen. Confirm will fail because you have not logged in only. Then what to do with all? So that is where we can do the error handling smartly, right? And on the error when it is happening, what you want to do, right? You can apply those settings. Understand? So the first use case, as I said, is from where you are extracting the value, apply error handling. Hmm. So how to apply error handling? So right click on suppose on 60 because we are extracting a value. So right from here. So right click here, add post process. You see RSA, RSA H short form result status section handle. Right? Now here only many things are there like continue means if this request right request is throwing any error. So what you want to do? So do you want to continue? Do you want to break current loop? Current loop means multiple loop we will be running. Right? Do you want to jump to next user loop? Thread means user, or this both are same thing. Do you want to go to the next iteration of current? Do you want to stop the test? Do you want to stop the user? User. These two same thing. These two are also almost same. Right? So what you want to? So In my case, generally, either you can choose a stop that user only for whom 16 is failing. Let us say I'm running for 1000 users, and for one user 16 failed. So why I'll be running for um, that user? Okay, or I'll show it very practical next time. It's- It is confusing now. Now I have three users. Okay, and think like two user. I'm running to three user and three credential are there, but one credential is wrong. But even though for that third fellow, he will fail to log in. And you see, for him, all will fail. Right? All are in fail. So he failed to log in. And after that, still he continued with executing this. Right? Yeah. That is the third user, and he's all failed. And if you see in the report, unnecessary error will come. See, error, showing error. That error. So actually, I didn't clear this. Sorry. Now again, see, error is 33.33% coming. Means third user is correct. So this is error because of our issue. So why to confuse that in report? And that is the thing. Why you will execute that user if he is failing to log in? Understand? So we can stop that user. Out of 1000 user, if any one user is failing, or let us say for any one user that request fails, so stop that. Or so you can stop that user, or you can start the next loop of that uh, next user loop. You can start anything we can anyone. So either I prefer this one or I prefer this one. So let us go with this one because we run for multiple iteration. This will be much better. That fellow will be stopped here and he will re-execute. Or you can, if you want, you can stop the user. Now got the point. What is error handling? So this thing I will just copy that. I have applied this setting and I will copy it. Okay, Control C, and everywhere wherever we are extracting the value in all those vectors, I'll apply. Here we are not extracting. Here we are expecting traits. So dependency then next request is dependent on previous. So if previous request is not successful, why to run the next request? Correct. So here also see item extracting. Here we are not extracting anything, so will not apply. Here also we are not extracting anything. Here also we are not. Okay, here we are extracting, so I'll apply error and then enter details and continue things confirm order ID we are extracting, so I'll apply that. So I'm just testing it with same set. Control C, Control V, and then nothing, no more places that is required. Fine. Right. So that is one use case where from where you are extracting the value, we can apply the error handling RSA element and choose the setting. Either you can choose this setting or this stop that particular user. So now uh, so that is one case. Now second case is of that user, as I said, right? So where if the user is failing to log in, so in 39 also we can apply. There I'll stop that user, stop the user, because why to run him unnecessary. So first case is where you are extracting the value because next request is dependent on previous request. If previous request only fails, then how we will extract the value and how will pass it here, and this request will not be properly executed. So not let us not run. So we are stopping that. That is so everywhere you extract the value, you have to apply. And then in login case, right? So if multiple user are running and few user fails to log in, we can stop that user. So here I have applied. So now you will see uh, uh, here also you'll see how I'm running for three users, but one user will be stopped after login. Here login happened and he got the stop 39. 39 only he failed to log in, so he got a stop and he didn't even executed 40 also. You see, only first tick, and then he got a stop and rest he didn't execute at all. Okay, so this below thing, if you see, they are executed two times, two times. Why? Because two users were successful. Third user got a stop. Or here also you can see that it all started. So all started initially with three users, but on login one user got failed and he got a stop. So unnecessary error now we are not showing in the report also. Right? So this is called error hunt or smartly handling the errors, right? And these are two general use cases which will be applied everywhere, where um, uh, it will be applied everywhere. Okay, so generally these two use cases, and where we either stop the user generally, or we start a next loop that user, because unnecessary we should not run the subsequent request. Now, right, so these are two normal use case everywhere. If you found any more, you can apply that also wherever you think you can apply. So error handling is not only done in well, not it's not only done through this RSM only. Okay, it is done through a controller called if controller, if condition. So that I'll be talking. If controller is also used to do that. Now, what is if controller thing? If one switch. So we'll see them later on if while switch. But this we have to apply anyhow in the script. Okay. If while switch is only used when it is required, not every time. This is every time we have to. That's why this I am not covering now. Only in a special case we do. Yeah, here I have written also. So now we'll put this because this is always this needs to be applied every time, right? In the script, that is mandatory thing. And those things is only when it's fine. Next is so this is one. Then after this, uh, so after this point, after adding this, uh, we should do a script stabilization. It means running the script in GUI mode for 5 till 5 at least, or if possible till 10 users with different uh, users. Okay, with different multiple users or different users, and with different set of business data, right? And verify that whether everything is working fine or not. How you will verify? You should verify mandatorily by checking in DB database or in application whether all values as reflected correctly or not for all those users. Right? So let us say at least if 5 user if you are running. So for every user, the same product booking, you should go and check whether the order has been booked or not for all 5 users. You know how to do that. You have to open the application, log in, and go to same sequence and my order page and see. So for every 5 user, you have to do, and that way only you will become sure. Okay, so that is called a script stabilization. Means now your script is working. Or in worst case, to be 100% sure, you can do for 10 users. Also. But minimum 2 user is required. Minimum 2 different user. Remember, and till 5 we can do. I have written here 10. Okay, but doing 10 will be more difficult. Well, 2 to 5 is equal. Minimum 2 different users and 5. Many people in project have access to database of the application. It means suppose this we have learned about database, right? So suppose this is the application. So it will be having database also where all orders will be displayed, right? So if you do not want to manually go and check, you can take help of the DB people database. He can tell you that okay, yeah, you ran a test for 10 users and whether 10 items are showing in the database or not. Right? So he can tell you. Or if that access is not there, so you have to manually verify and so check all values for whatever scenario you are working on. It's not only for product booking. Product booking, I'm taking one example. There will be many scenarios, right? So whatever scenario you are working on, whether that is reflecting correctly or not, all those. Then you can prepare required test data. So for how many users you have to run, prepare all required test. So till here, the important part of the scripting. Right? Now there are some other stuff, additional stuff, which we do as enhancement, additional enhancement of the scripting. So that will start from here. So one we will do today, this all complete, and tomorrow it will be. So this thing, delete the JMeter sequencing number at end of the request for at least all the common transaction across all scenarios for that application, right? Across all scenarios, common transaction across all scenarios for that application. And keep the name of the transactions. Uh, yeah, and keep the name of the transaction, this common transaction, and the request same in all this. It needs to be done only if there is a plan to run test that is executing multiple scenario at a time. As doing this helps in better test suite execution and reporting. Right? So what is this? So this means that suppose you are working on multiple scenarios, right, for that application. So in that case, it is always suggested that suppose here also. So if you see, there are 15 transactions in product booking, and there are 8 transactions in user registration. But out of this, if you see home page, enter a store, sign in, right? Home page, enter a store, sign in. Again here sign in, login and sign in. So home page 1, enter a store 2, sign in 3, sign in getting repeated, login 4, and sign out 5. These 5 transactions are here also in this. If you see page load, enter store, sign in, login, sorry, and sign. These are different for this scenario, and two are different for that, right? But these 5 are same. So generally, when we work on multiple scenario of same application, so it is always recommended that you keep their transaction name same. Like if you see PA 0123 4, right? I have kept that, or your PS sign out. I have kept uh, that same. PS again here 010203, and PS sign out was right. So what I have done is first I have written here like P or T, anything you can use, T01, T02, transaction 1, 2, 3. PS especially for this application only. So main thing is number. So 1, 2, 3 sequentially it is all going up to 14. Sign out I have not given any number. I'll tell you in last I'll tell. And then after 14 here, this is new. Register now and enter details. These two are new for this scenario. So I have continued that. You see PS15 and PS16. But these are common, right, from above. So I have kept the name same. See home page, enters to signing. Even their number I have kept as same. Right? Sign in is again getting repeated in same scenario 2 times. So again we have kept it same, and then login and sign out, login, and sign out. So that is what we have to understand, that whenever if you have to, there is a plan to that you have to work on multiple scenario and you have to run all multiple scenarios, then this is how the things should work. That common transaction, remember, common transaction name and common transaction request name, common transaction name of this common transaction, their request should be same in all the steps. Okay, whether it is product booking or next scenario user registration, right? So there, and that is the reason for all requests of those common transactions. You have to delete the sequencing number. Now, why deleting that, and why I have uh, removed this? I have not given number to sign out, right? Any number. If you see only PS sign out, no number, I'll take. There is a reason for. So the reason is that So I'm running a test. Same thing we will be running, going for product booking and user both scenarios running. And you can see 10 users running. So 6 users are running product booking and 4 users are running user registration. So this all will be running for now. Here this user is just thing. Oh my God. So this user that my order page is taking much time. That's why I see after my account that my order page is. Okay, now we got repeat. Okay, that I'll look later on. Important. Main thing is understanding. Yeah, understanding the that reporting thing. So I'll quickly run it. So if you see, when we run, why we give common names, right? Because here, we ran user registration. There was two scenarios: product booking and user registration. Okay, product booking we ran for 6 users, and user registration we ran for 4 users. So you see here, commonly homepage ran for 10 users, right? 6 plus 4, 10. Sign in 14. Why it's there? Because sign in is repeating one more time. Then so 14. Login 10 times if you see, and then in last sign out is there, which is also 10 times. But rest of them which are not common, right? These all transactions are common to product booking, and this transaction are common to user registration. So 6 and 4 it's clearly showing. But common transaction they will be showing they must be showing as a total, correct? So that is the reason we should keep the name common, and even name should be same. So here, if you see here, I have removed that sequence number, because sequence number JMeter will always change, right? Suppose you are working in this scenario, so home page, the number is 5, or here it's 16. But next time, if you are working on user registration scenario, there will be different number in the end, right? So, and it has to be same to reflect the proper reporting, right? Name has to be same. So only suppose if you keep it 5 and there in user registration script, it will be something there, something else. So this name will not properly match, and then will not be getting a proper report like this. That is the reason. Okay, what's the point? We so quickly just delete this -5 only, -5 home page, which are common only for the common transaction. -16 for enter store, sign in, uh, -34 login, -39 -40, and sign in. Right? And now remember, this is not an important step. This important step we should only do when there is a of running multiple scenario at a time. Okay, same. So that time, to have a proper reporting, we should do that. Otherwise, and we should only do for common transaction. We should remove the sequencing for common transaction. Okay. Otherwise, not required. So that's why here, if you see, I have just deleted them for common transaction only. This is common, this is common, this is common, this is common, and this is common. For them only, I have deleted. For rest, I'm not deleting, because they are not common in other scenarios, right? Like user is. Okay, and that is the thing. So it's very simple to understand. And also, another thing before closing, I told, like, PS, I do not, why I have not given number. So see, PS will always come in last. sign out will always come in the last in the report. Now, if we give some number to PS, so we know that, right? Previously also I told that here the things are arranged in sequence, and that's why we give the number, so that alphabetically they are arranged in properly. If you do not give number, this transaction name will be haphazard. Correct? Now, since sign out always come in last, and we have to show the sign out always in the last, right? We do not give any number, and since if you do not give it number, it will always come in the last, right? Because what number you will give, you will not only understand. Let us say here this last in product booking PS14, here if I give PS15, fine. Then for this what we will give, right? Because when we will be running, sign out should be common. Correct, sign out should be common in both. So if I'm giving their PS15, here also I have to give PS15. Then for them, for this, what we will give? It will be 16, 17. Okay. So if we give them 16, 17, then what will happen? They will come after sign out in the report, right? Because this will be, suppose this is 15, so it will go here. Then this 2 will come downside. So which will not be proper, correct? So that is the reason, right? So something we have to work a little bit in a smart way. Many people escape this, so not an issue. These are not big things, but these are proper things to be done. So we completed till here, right? Now tomorrow we'll complete from 14.19, not 9:19. So I think one more day will be required. So thank you for attending.